Just when you thought your day really sucked.
You suck!
Here comes something to make it suck even more. It's a Lamont and Tonelli podcast.
And I'm getting word from Baby Huey that the coach is ready, so let's do it.
It's time for the Jim Harbaugh Show on 107.7 The Bone. Brought to you by Team Superstores, your largest one-stop shopping for a new Chevrolet, Cadillac, Mazda, Hyundai, or pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. And by Coors Light, the most refreshing beer and proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers. And now, the head coach for the San Francisco 49ers, Jim Harbaugh.
Coach, are you there?
Good morning.
How are you?
We're here. We're working.
Good stuff. Good. Hey, listen, I was actually not even looking forward to talking to you today because after a loss like that, I didn't think you'd be in a good mood today.
Well, you know, the thing you find is, no, you're not. You're frustrated. You didn't get the outcome that everybody works so hard for, and that has a tendency definitely to disappoint you. The thing that you do to counter that is get back to work, and you get distracted from wallowing in it, and be productive, and that's what we're trying to do.
So after the game Sunday, now you have New Orleans coming up this Sunday. You make the trip down to New Orleans at the Superdome, and they're playing Sunday Night Football. Did you spend a lot of time at Candlestick or even in Santa Clara Sunday night after the game, or did you get a chance to get home and watch a little bit of the Saints on TV?
Yeah, I got a chance to watch the game on TV and since on video.
Were you thinking, holy crap, we got to play that buzzsaw this Sunday?
No question. I mean, they're a fantastic team. Scored a lot of points and played very well defensively and on special teams. Played them almost a year ago to the game 11 last year. So it'll be game 10 this year. So know the environment and know the challenge.
Hey, Coach, yesterday in your press conference, you were saying that you didn't play well. You know what? I don't know if you could say that about the defense. So the defense played pretty damn good.
No, that's exactly what we said yesterday in the press conference. That defense played outstanding. We lacked a winning edge on offense, and didn't score enough points.
And let me ask you this: how does that happen? Because I'm watching the first game of the year against Green Bay, and Green Bay has a hell of a team. You throw for over 400 yards. How does it happen where you come out flat against a team like this, but it's a 400-yard performance for the offense against Green Bay?
There's been quite a few really good performances offensively, defensively, special teams. The last since the Green Bay game, the last 5 weeks in a row. There's a temptation to just bullet point it and go through maybe the it's this or it's that, a temptation to do that. Maybe you expect that from me, but to get that kind of insight, really just show up, work, listen, and trust that we're going to get things fixed. That's our approach. That's our mindset to it.
One of the questions that was going on around here, and it was kind of like similar to the Indianapolis game, and I think I kind of asked you the same thing. And Frank Gore has a nice first half against Indianapolis, and I think he ran him 2 or 3 times in the second half. And people around here were questioning yesterday, too, that he was averaging 5 yards a carry in the first half on 12 carries, then only carried the ball 4 times in kind of a close game where you could have run the ball a little bit more. Mm-hmm. So was that part of the game plan, maybe to pass more in the second half, or why did you get away from the running game?
We got into some situations where we weren't picking up first downs. We had probably the biggest factor was negative plays. 13 negative plays, which were loss of yardage, sack, or penalty, and changes can change the game plan.
Hey, Coach, I don't know if you heard it at halftime, but Mr. Tonelli is your stadium announcer.
Oh, yeah, you had to bring this up?
Did you
No,
hear?
he's not paying attention
Did
to
you
me.
hear the stadium announcement at halftime when you guys were running off the field?
Small gaff.
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
See, yeah, Coach, you don't listen to that. So you're focused on the game. You're
Everyone
focused on
hears it in
game
the
plan.
stadium.
And I just made a small gaffe, and you guys were ahead 9-0 late in the first half, and I was used to thinking about that score at 9-0. And then Carolina scores a touchdown with a couple of minutes left, and you guys run the clock out at the end of the half.
Yeah.
And you guys are coming off the field, and I always say, well, that's the end of the first half. 49ers, blah, 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 and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And I just announced the sure. So very confidently in my best announcerish voice, I said, and that's the end of the first half. 49ers 9, Carolina nothing. And 7 people in the announce booth are like, 7! 7! So I came back on and I said, 49ers 9, Carolina 7.
He was trying to will you to a win there with a 9-0 announcement at the end of the half.
Yeah, yep. That can happen.
Hey, so now, Coach, when I was telling Lamont this a little bit earlier today. When I go golfing, I have 2 scores. I have a real score and a should have been score.
Right.
So somebody will say, "Hey, Tonell, what did you get on that hole?" And I said, "Well, I had a 5, should have been a 3."
Right, exactly.
Or I had a 6, should have been a 4.
Should have been a 4. I missed that putt.
I look at your record at 6-3, and those 3 losses. If somebody said to me, "How many losses does a 49er have?" I would say 3 should have been 1. Because you had a tough game against Seattle, but I look at that Indianapolis game and this game last Sunday against Carolina as
Should have been a
winnable
win.
games.
Yeah.
That should have been.
Yeah, and again, you talk about the what should have, what could have, what would have happened. And,
Yeah.
The enemy gets a vote. That's part of it. Our part is nothing we can do about this past week, and you move forward and prepare yourself for this next game.
So is Frank Gore okay? Will he be playing against New Orleans?
Yes.
Okay,
I think
but,
so. Yeah.
But Vernon Davis and Eric Reed will be out?
They're going through a concussion protocol. Today they will be seen by the neurologist, and they will be either cleared to practice, limited tomorrow, or assess their symptoms. But there's a protocol that the neurologists and the doctors will implement.
Well, that Vernon Davis lives down the street from me, so I'll check in on him and make sure he's all right for this weekend.
There he goes, name dropping again. Hey, and that hit that Eric Reed took, I mean,
Oh, my
that guy,
goodness.
Mike Tolbert for Carolina, had a head of steam. That guy's like 5'9", 250. How do you tackle something like that?
Yeah, that was a big collision, and fortunately, Eric seemed to have a tight grip of his mind after the game, and we're hoping for the best.
So he seemed to be doing okay after he came off the field then.
Hey, Coach, when you played, what was the hardest you were ever hit? You remember?
A few times. I can remember some hard hits.
Yeah. Do you remember who hit you?
Jim Jeffcoat.
And he just nailed you?
Yeah, he kind of picked me up and threw me down on the front.
Yeah, they don't allow that anymore, though, do they?
Yeah.
No, not so much.
Yeah.
Or the body slams or anything like that, which were really kind of unfair, especially on quarterbacks.
Right. I guess they were. All right. Well, Coach, I see you're getting back to work as you're talking to us, so we'll talk to you. Okay.
Are you doing the Sudoku in the Morning Chronicle while you talk to us, or what? Little crossword puzzle.
All right, Coach, we'll talk to you next week.
All right, appreciate it.
Coach, you're the best.
Have a good one in New Orleans.
Good luck Sunday.
Thank you very much.
All right,
appreciate
man.
that.
Okay, bye-bye. There we go.
I'm telling you, he's doing the morning Sudoku with a crossword puzzle when he talks to us.
Where were the crickets when we
You know
needed
what?
them?
Well, the funny thing is, we only have him until 8:30, and it hit 8:30 on the nose.
And then he starts working
He's
on
done.
And then all of a sudden he's working on something else. At that point, I think he's got a little beeper in front of him. Goes 8:30. No more.
Check out.
No more. That's Coach Harbaugh, brought to you by our friends at
Yes.
Team Chevrolet and Coors. That's our official beer, by the
It's
way.
kind
of
of
the show.
interesting over the years, the different dynamics of the conversations we've had with Mike Nolan,
Right.
Mike Singletary,
Exactly.
and Jim Harbaugh.
Right.
And they all have kind of a common thread woven through them in the fact that they don't want to reveal too much, but they all have their own different style in trying to do that.
Harbaugh just shuts it down right at one point. All right.
Yeah, Mike Nolan was just happy talking you to death.
Exactly.
To get you off track and off subject.
We have...
and Mike Singletary had to look at the film.
Exactly. That's all he would say. Well, I don't know until I check the film. That was a standard answer.
I enjoy Harbaugh.
I do too. Up until he just stops talking to us.
Another fine product from Uranus.
That concludes the Lamont and Tonelli podcast. To hear more and everything Lamont and Tonelli, check out the website at lntworld.com.